Okay, guys.
Hello, Daniel.
Okay. Do we have a cameraman this evening?
Yes, he came in.
Okay. Is the camera on?
Yes.
Okay. That blinking. I'd like to call our city council meeting to order and introduce Boy Scout Troop 55, who will come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen, come all the way up here. All the way up here. Mhm. Okay, ready? Okay, you start.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, gentlemen, and we have something for you. Don't run away. Okay. I think everyone would like to shake your hand, but we'd like to give you a little token of our appreciation. You can put this on your uniforms. This is the City of Darien badge. Now, I understand you're a Downers Grove Pack, but how many of you guys are Darien residents? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. The roll, please.
Belkey. Here. Belzak.
Here.
Kenny.
Here.
Marquez.
Here.
McIver. Here. Shower.
Here.
Seifert.
Here.
7 present.
We have a quorum. The next item on the agenda is questions, comments, and announcements of a general nature. We've added this to our agenda this year to allow residents or anyone in the audience to address the council on any item, anything. It doesn't have to be items on the agenda this evening. But if you'd like to come up to the microphone and ask your question, we'd appreciate that. Well, then let's move on to the approval of the minutes. We have the minutes of October 7th. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Seifert, seconded by Alderman Shower. We noted a typo on page 4, and that will be corrected. Anything else on the minutes? Then the roll, please.
Seifert.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
McIver.
Aye.
Marquez.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Belkey.
Aye.
7 ayes.
The minutes have been approved. The next item is receiving of communications. Do any of the aldermen have communications to share? Alderman Kenny?
Good evening, Madam Mayor. I shared communication with Deputy Cooper at our police committee meeting in regards to a resident on the 1600 block of Claremont who's seeing cars out on the street without tickets on them overnight. So they're going to handle that.
Thank you. Alderman Belkey?
I received a call from Mr. Don Clems, located on the 6700 block of Bentley, and he wanted to thank myself and the city, Dan as well, for fixing a ditch problem that he's had to live with for a very long time. Thank you.
Any other communications? Let's move on to the mayor's report. And item A under the mayor's report is a motion to approve the reappointment of members to the Holiday Home Decorating Committee and the addition of a new member. And the reappointment members are Jeanette Campo, Jim Kaiser, and Jerry Legansky, and the new member will be Elizabeth Hayes. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman McIver, seconded by Alderman Marquez. Any questions? The roll, please.
McIver.
Aye.
Marquez.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Belkey.
Aye.
Seifert.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
7 ayes and no nays.
The motion has been approved. Jerry, I see Jerry and Jeanette in the audience, and and Jim's here too. Would the three of you come up and be sworn in, please?
you please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Holiday Home Decorating Committee according to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you for being willing to serve again. Jerry, you too.
Always know
Jim,
winter's
thank
coming
you.
when you see the group come up. Thanks. I miss Jerry. Hey, Jim.
Okay, real men serve on the decorating committee.
Jim?
Thanks so much.
How much those cost, Mike? Come on.
Platform shoes.
Ooh. There she goes again, destroying the furniture here.
Yeah. Mrs. Campbell, how are you? Nice to see you. Don't start rumors, Mr. Kaiser.
Thank you for serving. I appreciate that. It's always a fun event that we have in December with all of your recommendations on winners of home decorating, of our home decorating contest. So we all look forward to that. The next item on the agenda is the Darien Chamber of Commerce update, and we have Claire Bongiovanni here to give us that update.
Thank you, and good evening to everybody. The Darien Chamber of Commerce is excited to announce the 2013 Darien Chamber Excellence Awards finalists: Goers Dental, Vein Center at University Medicine, Burr Ridge Veterinarian Clinic, Unicarrier, Inc., Carmelite Carefree Village, JAK Graphic Design, and the Keyboard Touch. The Darien Chamber Excellence Awards will be held on November 14th, 11:30 a.m. at Chuck's Southern Comfort Cafe. You can register online at darienchamber.com, and we're wishing all these businesses best of luck. As the holidays are approaching, the Darien Chamber of Commerce encourages all residents to shop local, shop Darien. Shop local, shop Darien preferred cards can be purchased at City Hall for only $5 and will make a great stocking stuffer. October participating businesses include B&R Dentist, Carmelite Carefree Village, Carriage Greens Country Club, Chuck Southern's Comfort Cafe, Culver's, Edward Jones, Tim Warner, the Goddard School, Home Run Inn, Jet Pizza, the Patio Restaurant, La Notte Due, Q Bar and Grill, and Zazzo's Pizza. The list will be growing because we're going to be celebrating a retail celebration week in December, and I'm contacting a lot of the retails in Darien who are members to be included beginning in November and December. Congratulations to the Goddard School, located at 8350 Lamont Road in Darien, who has recently earned the Rookie of the Year for awards for both quality assurance and health and safety among all new Goddard schools that opened between July 2012 and June 2013. Owners Michael and Margaret Petroselli are proud to earn this top honor and be recognized for their commitment to reach the highest professional standards. The Goddard School, once again, is located at 8350 Lamont Road in Darien, opened in January of 2013. The school accommodates 140 children ages 6 weeks to 6 years old. Parents are encouraged to drop in for a tour. The Goddard School can be contacted directly at 630-985-7117 to arrange for a personal tour. Caldwell Corn and Sedgel has moved to a new location, 7900 Cass Avenue, Suite 170 in Darien, and will be celebrating a ribbon-cutting ceremony on November 21st at 5 p.m. Save the date for the Darien Historical Tree Lighting Ceremony, which will be held on December 1st at 4 p.m. at Old Lake School. The holiday extravaganza will be held on Saturday, December 7th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Home Run Inn. Chestnut Court will be joining in on the celebration with special sales and events throughout the mall, including Mr. and Mrs. Claus. That's it. Any questions?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to the city clerk's report.
I have one item on the agenda, Madam Mayor, and it's in regard to the 2014 vehicle sticker lottery. I'd like to give a little bit of a history on that. In 1992, the City Council decided to offer the Darien Identification Vehicle sticker to Darien community organizations through the lottery process. I've got a list of the organizations that were asked to participate this year. They include the Darien Chamber of Commerce, Darien Rotary Club, Darien Women's Club, Safety Village of Darien, Young at Heart Seniors, Darien Lions Club, Darien Seniors Club, Darien Youth Club, the Active Seniors Club, and the Younger Than Ever Seniors Club. Out of those organizations, we had one organization that applied to be into the lottery, and the winner is the Darien Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. Okay. When do they have to, when does the Darien Chamber have to have their design in?
They will be receiving a letter from us, but they have to have there are 3 provisions that they have to do in order to submit their sticker, and the design is approved by the mayor, and the stickers need to be ready for sale January 1st.
Okay.
So it's how quickly they can get it to a printer and it gets approved.
Very good. Okay, that's the rules. All right. Okay, let's move to the city administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor Weaver. I have one item. Alderman McGyver had asked me to give an update on a public notice we received from the DuPage Housing Authority. The public notice states that the general waiting list opening for Section 8 housing project rental assistance program at the Ogden Manor Apartments. This was a public notice given to persons interested in applying for the Section 8 housing in the seniors building at the Ogden Manor Apartments. And as we've learned recently, these waiting lists aren't open too often. So we did put this out as information. But again, for those residents watching tonight, if they're interested, if you have questions, you should call the Housing Authority at 630-355-4333 between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we need to find out the plans of the Housing Authority as to any additional construction that they're going to be doing, because it's obvious there is a great need within DuPage County for this, for these apartments.
I've talked to a representative there to let them know we're inviting them out. We haven't set the date yet, but they'll be more than happy to come out here and
Yes,
talk to the community.
because it's a brand-new board,
Yes.
a new Housing Authority board, and I'm sure we'd love to hear what they have to say. Good, okay. Let's move on to the department head information questions.
Could we bring the dog in? He's here.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Just arrived.
He just arrived? Well,
Yeah.
good. Okay, John. Deputy Chief Cooper is going to bring in, okay. Okay. This is,
Hopefully none of those kids are.
So,
he's already doing his job, I can see.
yeah, he's checking everybody out.
Wow. Wow. Welcome, Officer Ruby, and your partner.
This is Officer Nico. Officer Ruby can give you a little rundown on what he is and how old he is.
He actually just turned 2 October 10th, so he just had a
Hey,
second.
Tone, if you speak closer to the mic, otherwise they can't hear you at home.
You know what, you can move that, Officer Ruby, you can move that microphone up to reach
Well,
your mouth a
We'll
little
see
bit
what we
better.
can do here.
There you go.
He just turned 2 October 10th, so he just had his second birthday. He is, yeah.
Whoa, oh, okay.
He is very inquisitive. This is all new to him. So there's a lot of things that you don't realize. When I was going through training, he didn't know stairs. He never went up and down stairs. So when he saw a set of stairs, it's all kind of new. So this is all kind of new to him too. He's a good dog. He's very friendly. He likes to play. We've got 2 young kids, and he plays with. Well, he's good with them. He plays with me. I make sure kind of he and I play. But we went to training in northern Michigan for a month, which was, I would say, a good enough time. You think, okay, you can get the dog and run right through it, but it's not that easy. I have to learn this dog. The dog has to learn me. You go into, I go into training, and he knows what he's doing. He's been working on this for a while. I don't know what I'm doing, and it's kind of like I'm the one who has to learn. And I had to learn, okay, what things to do around him and what not to do and how to work with him. So it took a little while, and we're still learning. And I train a couple times a month with a group of all guys from DuPage County area, and it's a very good group, and I get to see some of the problems that they have with their dogs and realize sometimes I'm not the only one. That not every dog's perfect. We all have things we need to work on. So it's he's a good dog. He's, like I said, he's still a pup, so everything is just he's hyper. He's ready to go, and I just got back from vacation, so he's been kenneled up for a week, so he wants to go. In fact, we just got back from searching a car. That's why I'm a little late, because we were out on the street doing work. He's been very we've been pretty productive. We've in the short amount of time. He's only been on the road since June. We've made working with other agencies. We've made several drug arrests, and I know one was right around like 70 pounds of cannabis. So another one involved quite a bit of money, and I never got the totals, but it was in excess of, I want to say, $50,000. So we've been pretty productive, pretty busy. And there's a lot of stuff that he actually surprises me. I worked with Woodridge for like kind of a crowd control issue, and that's something we really don't train on. We don't work on too much, with, okay, let's disperse the crowd. I want him to start barking and get everybody out of the parking lot. And he did a really good job. He really surprised me. This is, again, those are the little things that, like I said, we don't train on very often. And when I was working with him and we did it, I was like, this is cool. I like this. And it's a different aspect of your job. It's a little bit different, and you're more involved, and it's fun. And when you do succeed, it is probably more satisfaction for me than the dog. The dog's just, okay, I did my job. His reward is a tennis ball, so for him, he'd be like, all right, just give me the tennis ball, I'm happy. For me, it's like, yeah, we did it. Yeah, that's exactly what we've been training and we've been working on for the last several months. So, he's from Hungary, so the way I speak to him is not English, so if you tell him to sit, he's not going to sit. If you tell him to, and he's trained to be a work dog. He's not trained to, lay on the couch like Fluffy and cuddle with. The instructor even told me, he goes, when you're home, put him up, put him in the cage, let him relax, let him get wound up like he wants to go. So when it's time to go to work, it's time to go to work. Let's go. So that's why sometimes it's good just to leave him in the cage, and I do. I leave him in the cage for I'll leave him in the cage for overnight and then let him out and then put him right back in the cage. And he is, when we go to work, this is how he is. He wants to go. He's not tired. If you let him run around the house, he's going to get tired, and we don't want him tired. Right, Nico? So human food he doesn't eat, so I don't try giving him anything. He does like water bottles, though. He will pretty much crush any water bottle you have. For some reason, he found that to be a game. So
Now, you speak to him in German.
Hungarian.
Hungarian. Oh, we go farther. Hungarian. Wow.
So
What does now? He's not trained for obedience. So is that what you're trying to say?
yes, I mean,
Yeah.
if I teach him, if I tell him, he doesn't always listen to me because he's just like a kid. But if I tell him to lay down, it would be Nico Fetsik. Nico Fetsik. So Fetsik is lay down. To tell him to stay is Atmadad. Try and spell it. It doesn't look like Madad. I explained to the instructor. I said that's not how it reads. But it's At. I tend to shorten it just to At. So I try and keep him just to stay there as At. So it took me a short time to learn the basics of sit and lay down. Wasn't too bad, but you get confused with some of this stuff, and it takes a while. After a few months, you finally realize that, okay, I know what I'm doing. Like I said, we've had some fun. It's very interesting. It's a neat part of the job. I'm glad we have a dog. It's something that it's nice, and I don't know. I gave a presentation at one point. I said it's nice not having to call another town to do stuff and just say, okay, I'll be right there, or I've got the dog. I'll search. It's nice not relying on anybody else. It is really, it's a really nice tool. I don't know how other dogs are, but I feel I'm fortunate to have Nico because he's good with the family. I can let him run around here, and he's not. I I wouldn't assume I don't think he'd bite anybody. He's not a vicious dog to where, I'm worried about him biting and attacking everybody. My kids, I can leave him around my kids, and the only thing he'll do is he'll want to play. And that's what I feel we're fortunate. He's done really well. The things we had to work on, I wouldn't say it's so much the dog. I would say it's me that has to work on it. The dog knows what he's doing. He's been working on this for, the last year and a half. So, but no, he's finally gotten acclimated because he came from Hungary. Then he went to Michigan for a month, and now he's here for a month. So it was a lot of traveling for him. So now he's home, and
So Officer Ruby, he was trained in Hungary
yes, he was
for
originally
all
trained
these
there.
tactics?
And how I'm pretty sure this works is the person we get the dog from, we tell them what kind of dog we're looking for, and they say, okay, well, I've got this one out here. You can get him if you want him. They say, okay, that's the one we want. Ship him over. Now we've got him in Michigan. Then we come and get him and spend a month in Michigan training. And like I said, he's aggressive when he needs to be aggressive, and the dogs know. It's not me. If I go into a building and I just start yelling at it, hey, bad guy, come out. He knows. He perks up. I don't have to tell him, hey, get angry. You might find a bad guy in there. He knows something's going on. It's time to go to work. So the dogs are probably smarter than I am at this point, but they're very smart dogs. And he's good. Sometimes I have to remind myself he is a puppy and he just wants to go, and this is all playing for him. It's not work, it's play for him. To look for people or try and find something, it's all playing for him.
And who knew you'd learn a second language while you're on the job?
Tell me about it.
Well, he may be friendly, but he looks pretty tough.
Yes, and that's what, when I worked with Sergeant Liss said, all right, let me take a bite from him. And he took a bite, and he said, that's pretty good. I said, and again, I don't know. I haven't been working with dogs for my whole, I don't know any better. And I'm like, all right. And Sergeant Liss, he's been working with dogs, so he's like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So for a pup, I'm happy. Like I said, I think we did good with this guy.
He's a lot darker color too for a German Shepherd.
And I like it with the brown eyes. It really, his eyes pop out, and he looks good.
Tony, I found it interesting. Your brother's a canine officer.
My brother's a canine officer in
Yeah.
Villa Park. I want to say for just over 5, maybe 6 years now. So I train with him, and I don't know. You guys may have seen the newspaper articles that are out. From what I understand and what I'm being told, we're the only brothers that are canine officers in the state of Illinois. So it's kind of rare to see. He's got a Malinois though, so his dog's a little different. He's got a lot more energy, but his is a very good dog. And that's the one good thing I'm fortunate enough to see. If I have any issues, I can go to my brother and say, I just don't get it. And my brother will tell me, look, we all had that problem. I had this problem with my dog after so many months of training. Finally, I broke him of that habit. Now we have other things to worry about. So that's fortunate to have a brother who is in the same kind of line of work and kind of get some information from him, because it can be frustrating at times. It really can. And that's what I explain to people. I say, canine officer, you go through and you might search something, and one day it'd be absolutely perfect, and he does a great job. And the next day he might miss something. You're like, how did we miss that? And so you're like, what did we do wrong? Is it me? Is it the dog? So you go through your ups and downs, but and those the issues I was having like week number 2 or 3 in training. I was like, is this me? Is it the dog? And then again, the more training you do with them, the more you realize, okay, I can't do this. For a little while, I was stepping in front of him. When I stepped in front of him, he didn't know what to do. So I had to realize, give him his space, let him do what he needs to do, because I'm the one messing this up. Because if I step in front of him, he's not going to go anywhere. He's just going to look at me. So, yeah, it's fun though. It really is. And like I said, I've got no complaints at all. Not on this guy. You guys have any questions for me? I don't know what.
Yes, anyone have questions for Officer Ruby?
Sure
Joe, did you, no?
No,
If you guys, and like I said, he's friendly enough that, like I said, I can bring him around if any.
I wasn't supposed to ask any questions,
Hey,
but
Maria.
I do have one. Sorry, York.
Oh, hello.
Will the K-9 be participating in the programs we have going with the various school districts? Will we be bringing the K-9 through?
I know I have, I don't know. Maybe I'm not the one to answer that, but I know I've done, geez Louise, there was the one over, Nico Fui. There was the one over by, Lace, it's the, where the bike school is.
Safety Village.
Safety Village. I know I was there in the summertime. Went over there and worked with the kids over there, and you know, they like to see some of the stuff that the dogs are capable of doing. And it's just as simple as taking your keys and throwing them out in the grass, and the dog will find it. And that was one of the things I was proud about. Was we had a guy, we were looking for his jacket, and sure enough, he was able to find the jacket. And I'm like, and that's again, I was like, cool, we did it. So it's kind of neat for the kids to see that. Some of the demos, we go out and we throw things out in the grass, and I let him go, and he circles around, and he'll find the items. And it's kind of neat. What we'll also do is we'll do some tracking, and this is new to me and probably to you, and maybe to you guys. The dogs don't necessarily track entirely on like human odor and all the follicles that are falling off you. When you step on grass, it's just like anything else. If you take grass, this is what the instructor made us do. He said, okay, smell the grass. So smell it, okay. He says, now take the grass, crush it up, and smell that. Crush it up, smell that. Smell the difference? Yeah, he says, that's what the dogs are doing. So when a person's running on grass, they're smelling the crushed grass, essentially. And it's not always the odor they're smelling, the human odor. It's the crushed grass that they're smelling. And I said, never thought about that. And it's things you don't think of. And it's just a couple little pieces of grass that are broken that these dogs are smelling. So it's, you know, when the kids see that kind of stuff, it's neat. They get a kick out of it because your dog at home, you know, who sits and flips treats off his nose and catches them, it's a little bit different than this dog. So, you know, he was trained and raised to be a work dog, and yeah, he's doing well.
I'm sorry, for me, as I'm watching my dog go up and down the stairs with his arthritis and stuff, and I'm seeing this, what's the life expectancy? Or should I say what's the work expectancy for him?
And there's different ways of looking at it. The life expectancy is a little bit shorter,
Right.
because they're obviously, the work they're doing is more rigorous, the strain on their body, so it's a little bit shorter. So you would think roughly about 10 to 11 years, and I don't know, that's how long Quano and Rolf were around, right around that 10, 11
Okay.
years. Now the big question is, how long do you keep them in service? And one of these things, the dogs, all they know is work. So it's hard to, there might be certain things you can take the dog off of. All right, maybe he's not going to be a really aggressive dog, but we can work him on, you know, just searching for drugs or something like that. But all these dogs know are work. So do you pull them out of that, and how are they going to react, you know, in the environment without working? And that's the whole, and I've had this debate with people in training classes. Some people say, you just keep working and working and working because that's what they want to do. That's all they know, and that's what they want to do. And the day you leave and they're not in the squad car, who knows how they're going to react, because, wait, he knows when I'm getting ready for work. I come downstairs where his kennel is, and I put my duty belt on. He knows it's time to go to work. I mean, and he's jumping on me like, let's go. So if I were to do that and say, no, you're not coming with me today, Nico, I don't know how he would react. He'd probably be a little upset. So the life expectancy is shorter, though, but he's 2. I would hope that we'd get, you know, he'd be working till at least 10, but we'll see.
Thank you.
Tony, how does he interact with other dogs?
He was really aggressive when I first got him. I couldn't have him around other dogs. Started bringing him around my brother's dog, and really aggressive at the beginning, and now we've got pictures of them next to each other. So, I mean, and I don't know if that's, maybe he had to be a dominant dog in the kennel with all the other dogs, and now he's realizing, hey, I don't have to fight these dogs for food, or whatever the case may be. He might realize, I'm still going to be fed every day. I'm still going to get my bowl of water. I'm still going to have treats. So maybe he's finally realizing that, and he realizes I don't have to fight with all these other dogs. But he's been, at first he was really aggressive, but now, around, at least my brother's dog, he's been really good now. It's luckily, because they're going to be around each other quite a bit.
Any other questions for Officer Ruby? We can't thank you enough for bringing your partner Nico in with, and thank you.
Bye, Nico.
He's already working, so watch out, folks. Beautiful dog.
Wow.
Fun to have one again.
Yeah, beautiful dog. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, Madam Mayor.
Okay, no reports? Okay. Do any of the aldermen have any questions for for Deputy Chief Cooper or Dan tonight? Then let's move on to the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This evening, I'm requesting council's approval of warrant number 131411, the amount of $530,098.32 from the listed funds, as well as payroll for the period ended October 3rd, the amount of $253,689.53, for a total to be approved of $783,787.85.
Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Shower, seconded by Alderman Seifert. Any questions for the treasurer? Then the roll, please.
Shower,
Aye.
Seifert,
Aye.
McIver,
Aye.
Marquez,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Belzak,
Aye.
Belkey,
Aye.
7 ayes.
The warrant has been approved. Do you want to go over the monthly report?
Thank you. Monthly report, revenue and expenditures for the 5 months ended September 30th, 2013, reflects a general fund with year-to-date revenue of $6,823,599, expenditures of $5,162,459, for a current balance of $3,432,148. Water fund year-to-date revenue $1,784,495, expenditures of $1,991,051, for a current balance of $665,939. Motor fuel tax fund year-to-date revenue $232,214, expenditures $191,255, current balance $333,668. Water depreciation fund year-to-date revenue of $61,017, expenditures of $87,420, current balance $716,315. Capital Improvement Fund, year-to-date revenue $3,116,198, expenditures of $2,323,496, current balance of $4,603,799, and the Capital Projects Debt Service Fund, year-to-date revenue $481,996, expenditures of $86,838, for a current balance of $403,019.
Any questions for the treasurer on the monthly report? Then let's move on to standing committee reports. Do any of the chairmen have reports? Alderman Marquez?
Just a reminder, Madam Mayor, that the Municipal Services Committee will be meeting next Monday night at 6:30 here in the council chambers.
Alderman McIver?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This evening, we had our monthly police committee meeting, and at that meeting, we approved and submitted the minutes from the August 19th, 2013 police committee meeting, and letting everyone know that the next meeting of the police committee is scheduled for Monday, November 18th, 2013 at 6 p.m. here in the city council chambers.
Thank you. Yes.
Sorry, I'd like to announce that the Police Pension Fund will be having their quarterly review of their investment results. That'll be next Wednesday, October the 30th, 7 o'clock at the police training room.
Okay. Alderman Shower?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Our next admin finance meeting will be Monday, November 4th at 6 p.m. in our upstairs meeting room.
Thank you. Let's move on to questions and comments of agenda-related. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to the council on any of the items on our agenda this evening? Then let's move on to old business, and there being no old business, we'll move right to the consent agenda. And I'd like to read for the record what the 4 items are that are on the consent agenda. Our first item is a motion to grant a waiver of the raffle license bond requirements for the Darien Women's Club. Item B is a motion to grant a waiver of a raffle license bond requirement for the Department of Energy Employee Association. Item C is a motion to approve our tax levy determination for the general and special purpose funds for fiscal year 2013-14. Item D is a motion to approve a transfer from the general fund to the capital projects fund in the amount of $847,422. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Shower, seconded by Alderman Belke. The roll, please.
Shower,
Aye.
Belke,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Belzak,
Aye.
McIver,
Aye.
Marquez,
Aye.
Seifert,
Aye.
7 ayes.
The 4 items have been approved. Next item on the agenda is new business, and there being no new business items this evening, we'll move right to questions and comments and announcements of a general nature. Alderman Marquez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On behalf of the Darien Lions Club, I wanted to thank the residents of the city of Darien for their generosity 2 weekends ago for our annual Candy Day drive. I've had opportunities to go to some of the camps where some of this money goes to pay for the children who are hearing impaired or are blind, sight impaired, and it really moves you to see what good that money does for those children. In fact, at this last visit, this last summer, there was a young man who was camp counselor who's actually a Darien resident. He was a young man, went to Hinsdale South High School, was getting his degree in deaf education, and he was working the camp. And 2 of his grandfathers were Darien Lions Club members, so it was kind of nice to see him. And when those children say thank you to us, I mean, if you can imagine about 10 or 15 of these kids, and they're all signing and they're thanking you for what you do, it really goes a long way to helping you stay out on that corner when your legs are killing you and your feet are killing you. So a lot of thanks to the Darien residents and to the people, the volunteers who came out. If anyone would still like to make a donation to the Darien Lions Club for its Candy Day effort, they can write a check to the Darien Lions Club, and they could send it here to City Hall, because this is where our post office box is. So again, my thanks on behalf of the Lions Club for that.
Thank you, Alderman Marquez. Any other announcements? Alderman Belzak?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On a somewhat related topic, the Darien Lions Club is going to be having their annual Halloween party a week from Thursday at the Darien Sportsplex. It's open to children of all ages, and it opens at 6:30. There'll be games, prizes, ice cream, DJ for teenagers, and the best thing of all is it's free. So hope to see everyone there.
Thank you. Are you in charge of it, Alderman Belzak, this year?
I am not.
Okay. Any other announcements, Alderman McIver?
I don't. I was going to ask Brian to remind everybody about the upcoming goal-setting session.
That is scheduled for November 13th, a Wednesday evening at 6:30 at the Police Department Training Room, and we'll have that agenda out in about a week.
Quick question, is there a curfew for Halloween that we let the residents know for their children on Halloween night?
We do not have a curfew.
We don't have a curfew, and we put our recommendations up on the cable station. John, I don't know if we recommend at dark.
Well, yeah, it gets darker.
Yeah.
earlier.
Yes.
We haven't hit the time change, so it'll still be dark, 5:15 at night. Just the safety precautions as far as if young kids should be with their parents, maybe take a flashlight. Hopefully costumes have some reflective material involved, and be safe crossing streets. That'd be our recommendation.
Did anyone in the audience want to address the council on any subject matter? I know the Boy Scouts, you had a self-imposed curfew. You wanted to leave by 8:45, I think. Is that what you were? Well, you are welcome to stay after the meeting if you'd like to come upstairs and visit with me upstairs in our office, in my office, or what else could we do? Scott's not here, so we can't take him on a tour of the police department. But at least you can come upstairs and ask me any questions if you'd like to do something like that. So if there's no other announcements to be made, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn. Maybe if I don't look that way, do you think that would make a difference? Alderman McIver, seconded by Alderman Belke. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Claire? Kathy took